The BJP in Kerala failed to win any seat. In Assam, the AGP-BJP combined lost. The Congress stormed the assembly, winning 71 out of the 126 seats. The AGP-BJP combined managed to win just 26 seats. In West Bengal too, the NDA lost, with the BJP failing to open its account. The Left Front in Bengal was voted to power for a sixth consecutive term, with the combined winning 199 seats. The Congress Trinamool Congress together won 86 seats. In some quarters, these poll results are being seen as a setback for the NDA and its allies.
The BJP was riding piggyback on the DMK-led NDA in Tamil Nadu. It was riding piggyback on the AGP in Assam, and it wanted to make an opening, a breakthrough in Kerala and Pondicherry. And all of it has really gone for a toss. I would see this basically as a vote which has gone against the BJP and the leadership of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
I do not think that there was any issue involving the central government in the picture, primarily because the BJP was not a factor in any of the four states. So to that extent, since it's a BJP-led government at the center, it cannot be considered a referendum or a midterm verdict or some public reaction to the government at the center.
No sooner were the results declared that some of the opposition parties at the center tried to draw political mileage. The Congress, which is also the main opposition in Lok Sabha, termed the results as a midterm verdict. The Rashtriya Janata Dal asked the Prime Minister to step down, and the left viewed the results as a countdown to the NDA government's end. The Prime Minister, however, played down the impact on his government.
I don't see any significant impact or threat to the Vajpayee government. In terms of numbers, I think there might be a few additionalities to what it has in the Lok Sabha. In terms of arithmetic, the government is quite stable. There's no way that anybody is going to dislodge it, at least for the moment. And I don't think there are any forces opposed to the BJP or others who think that they can really be a force in dislodging the BJP. So, as of now, I think the BJP-led NDA is sitting very pretty.
Numerically at least, I don't think there is any serious threat to the government of the center. Morally, it's another question. Morally, there is no doubt that this is a setback. The Congress will get emboldened. It will mount its attack more sharply on the NDA government. And to that extent, politically, it is advantage Congress after this round of elections. But numerically, the Congress is not in a position to bring down this government.
One significant highlight of the just concluded elections were the developments in Tamil Nadu. AIADMK leader Ms. Jayalalitha, who was barred from contesting the polls by the Election Commission following her conviction in the Tansi land deal case, was back as the state's chief minister. Even if Jayalalitha has the people's mandate, there are some who feel that the issue of constitutional right and the morality of the issue needs to be further debated.
This lady had won a landslide victory. Could a governor go completely against the will of the people and stick to a slight grey area in the law? Because there is a dispute, because after all she has challenged this verdict in the Supreme Court. Now, without waiting for the Supreme Court's verdict, could Fatima Bibi, the governor, had taken a decision that no, she will not swear Jayalalitha in? There would have been riotous mobs out on the streets, and for which the governor would have been held solely responsible. So I think it was a very, very difficult judgment. I think governor chose the pragmatic and somewhat easy way out.
The question is whether a convicted person can really be invited to be the chief minister, given our canons of justice and our rule of law. And it needs to be seen, if anybody goes to court, which I'm sure several people will, whether the provisions of the Constitution have indeed been violated by asking Ms. Jayalalitha to assume the reins of stewardship of Tamil Nadu.
Amidst a series of recent hung verdicts in both assembly and parliamentary polls, most of the assembly results this time point to a decisive mandate. Many feel though a decisive verdict usually stems from an anti-incumbency factor, it did not work during these polls.
It's very difficult to measure something called an anti-incumbency factor. But yes, after every 5 years, people do try to assess and reassess, their choices. And if the existing opposition seems to be providing a viable alternative, people do tend to opt for it, except in certain situations like we find in West Bengal.
In Kerala, it's a purely anti-incumbency factor against the left democratic government. In Tamil Nadu, they're nowhere. In Pondicherry, they are just status quo anti. I mean, you know, they were ruling for the last 1 year. There is no anti-incumbency factor against the Congress-led coalition government in Pondicherry. And with the AIDMK now supporting the Congress from outside, they are back in the saddle with the TMC in Pondicherry. The only gain for them, if at all, is because of the tremendous anger of the people against the AGP government.
Whether the assembly polls bear an effect on the centre is something most analysts rule out at the moment. But the fact that the total assembly seats for which elections were held also amount to more than 200 Lok Sabha seats is something that cannot be treated lightly. Many feel that the Prime Minister's recent statement on the results being an alarm bell for the NDA at the centre bears merit.